It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah.
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around for
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around for you. You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
you could be around for
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. Said, don't you think like that? I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that? I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me,
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around for
you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
It is 1 p.m. on a Saturday. How the fuck have you almost started a hype train? Yeah. Why not? Okay, I thought I was getting a call for a minute. Never mind, I'm going crazy, guys. I have pressure in my brain or some shit. I don't know. Why not? I don't think that's a valid response in terms of this. Why not is like getting a couple more grapes at the grocery store. Why not? It's not, let's just fucking throw money at Chad. Both of you. I see what you're doing. Don't think I don't. And threaten a hype train. You go, why not? Because it's like, yeah, I will have one more slice of watermelon. Why not? I kind of want one. I was all alone all day and now you're streaming, so I have to support. That is not a... So I was busy today. We have guests coming over tomorrow, and I only learned, like, today, that they're coming over earlier than expected. So, this has now involved me to do my favorite thing of, yes, company is coming over. Time to fucking deep clean the house. So today was involved in vacuuming, washing the floor, and I also needed to make myself lunch, so, you know. Shit happens. But we've done it. We have created the thing. We did it. We're clear. Everything is good. Get all the pressure washer to make it extra clean. I don't own Power Wash, same in real life. And if I did, I'm pretty sure it would literally rip through my walls. I think the only thing it wouldn't rip through is the fucking brick outside. Probably, it's almost a most definitely. That shit, yeah. So, yeah, power washers are a fucking deadly weapon. Fucking cardboard house? No! Pressure washers just rip through fucking metal! Have you ever seen a fucking water blaster cut through metal? Sometimes they use sand and water, but other times, that is pure water. It can rip through wood. That shit can rip through a lot of shit. The only thing it probably couldn't rip through is the outermost brick wall after ripping through everything in between. Including the raccoon. So, you know, that's that. Shad, those are water saws or construction grade pressure washers. You didn't say what kind of pressure washer we needed. You just said pressure washer. I'm on the Ace Attorney train again. I am going to catch all your little foibles and hit you with the coldest facts of logic around. And this gun I found. So yes, welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, everybody. Last time we were here, guy died, as is one to happen in these games. I mean, normal ones you get at fucking Home Depot. Well, I don't fucking know the difference between a fucking pressure washer and one you get at Home Depot. How was anyone supposed to understand that? You didn't specify. In fact, you just said pressure washer. You left me to assume, and I assumed different from what you assumed. That's on you. That is clearly your own fault. You should have seen that coming. Gaslighting is a narrative concept that allows people to lie straight to your face. Did you know? Nah, you didn't know. You've never known. But what we will know is... Ah, there we go, pointer finger. So what'd you have for lunch, Pat? Oh, some more homemade pizza. One removes your food and other stuff, and technically you wash your shoes while wearing them. Wouldn't recommend it, though. Well, duh. You can't even wear steel-toed boots. Because they just cut right through the metal. And probably into your foot. What happened last time? Oh, right, yes. We're blaming it on the wizard. If anyone asks, it's the wizard's fault. The wizard did it. Or you could be like Minthara and just say, wizard. So, you know, we blame wizards. Steel-toe boots are nice, though. Extra kicking buff. No. Listen, if you are going to kick somebody, you shouldn't half-ass it. If you need steel-toed boots, you are half-assing kicking people. You gotta put your full body weight behind the kick and get a run-up going. Because, goddamn, if you fail, it will be funny. But you put your whole back into it. The wizard, derogatory. Absolutely, yes. No, excuse me. July 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, defendant lobby number 3. I'm sorry. Did you say defendant lobby? Courtroom number 3. What if you can't put your back into the kick? You take somebody else's. You just like, hey, Steve, come here. And you grab Steve and you go, all right, Steve, assume the position. And Steve will just like put his hand up to his face and go, aye, aye, sir, make me proud. And then he will assume the position, and then you may use Steve to kick your targets. Everybody knows what assume the position means. You don't need to tell them. They just know.
Corporate Bowed Session Bomb, how do I play that?
Oh, Machito Bay, Your Honor. The pixie of the archipelago.
Right, please, Corporate Bowed Session.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, the prosecution is a-okay, Judge.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin.
My opening statement, yeah.
No, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah?
So, you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an
Judge, where are you going with this? What are you...
Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with a terrible disease. What do you say to them?
Eh?
I mean, you wouldn't, say, get well soon, right?
Objection leading. Can you object to the judge asking a personal question?
You'd only be kicking them down, but you would only be kicking them down.
What are you talking about?
Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial, the Chief Justice's son.
The Chief Justice?
Well, his son was infected with the most terrible of diseases. He doesn't have long, it seems. So I thought I'd go and pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day.
Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending?
She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for?
Wait, please. I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly.
Oh, you're in luck here, Judge. I believe you'll be going to your hospital visit sooner than you think. Oh, first, to review the victim in this case. Roman Latrus, age 35. The global manager for Diva and Songstress Lamiror. I have no idea how that is pronounced. Just putting that out there. I like the look of Clavier. Yeah, he's... a musician? He's good with his fingers. Oh, I had to say it. Does he have a fucking ring on his thumb, too? What the fuck, man? Oh, the cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. He's a pretty boy, yeah. I have no fucking idea how he gets his hair spiked like that, though. Oh, this report has all the details.
The court accepts it with evidence.
Yep, cool.
45 caliber, that's quite large, isn't it? But a direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet.
Victim name, Roman Latreros, age 35, male, time of death. July 7th between 9 p.m. and 9:30. Cause of death, blood loss due to 45 caliber bullet wound. Time elapsed between shooting and death is currently under review. Well, we know it wasn't long. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Oh, sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not have been saved.
I suppose victim condition could have been much worse considering.
Oh, thank you for... Who the fuck took this photo? Wait a sec. Who took this? I was there when he got shot. Oh, but he literally called after an instrument. Which one? Oh, 2 shots were fired. 1 shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. Clavier? Ah. Well, I mean, it guess it makes sense. He is a band man. Oh, this is where the 2 bullets hit? Where the fuck was he shot from? Like, it couldn't have been the tiny ass window over here. 'Cause... What the fuck? How did this bullet happen? It's German for piano. Oh, interesting.
Marcy, the court accepts this evidence.
Thanks.
If we're talking about a .45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept with the weapon's use.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. Weapons this side's of a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire it, it'd break every bone in his body! Apollo, why?
But the prince will take more care in choosing examples.
As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in the dressing room. The dressing room only has 1 entrance, this door.
But seems to be the case, yes.
However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots.
He's talking about you and Emma.
Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course.
But that's impossible.
Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but 1 person.
What person?
That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tobai.
Probably this defendant could have committed the crime. But how?
It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime make it clear.
Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Please show the witness to the stand.
Hey, Emma, how's it going? Good to see you, girl. Your name and profession, please.
Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail the night of the concert the concert forum that night.
Emma seems tired somehow.
But clearly at the concert, you say.
Some security I was. I couldn't even stop a murder.
Well, now don't blame yourself. Things like this happen.
Murder?
I made even bigger mistakes in my...
Murder? What do you mean? I'm sure that makes her feel so much better.
Oh, I hear about these bigger mistakes.
Oh, in any case, because you were on security details, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. Oh, you may give the court your testimony if you would. Or describe the circumstances of the day and your discovery of the crime scene, please. All right.
Witness testimony.
Murderous circumstances.
The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at the prosecutor Gavin's request. The only people involved in the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the 3rd set, I heard shots. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it.
It's a bit vague, Emma, but hey.
But most likely that detective was placed on the scene.
But the door was the only way out of our room, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then I don't get it. How can they say that Mochi did it?
Looks like we need a bit more information.
Very well, then let's may begin the cross-examination.
Cool. Let's go. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes?
That's right. What was the detective doing on a security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Oh yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say, the stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy. Well, isn't it obvious? My keys. The whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. Up, there he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them?
Apollo, you were there! You know where we found them!
Misplace them? Misplaced items don't just wander into murder victims' hand on their own.
But what place, Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were at the victim's hand? That makes you a prime suspect.
See, he's good with his fingers. Look at that. Master of fingering. Oh, I love love slow acting and new Atroquini is waiting for you. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen, so I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the— Oh my god! Holy shit, you two hate each other.
My please, I could accept that.
Well, I can't. What do you mean time on their hand?
Please, the trash boat.
Oh god, that is a fucking hate triangle right there. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. Oh, I give the Fräulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. So no other outsiders were there then. And then... I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackies.
Ah, babe, no snacking in my car.
Are you sure the shots came from La Miro's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, just to keep you quiet. Ah, thanks.
So, how about Rama? We weren't there. I had a mistake about that. Please, either talk or eat. Not both at the same time.
I'm so glad Emma got brought back. This is great. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. I lightened her voice a fuck ton. I did not mean to do that. Rock? Blaring, yes.
When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's...
Judge, you are not old enough to not know what rock and roll is. That's right. When we went into the dressing room, music was blaring over the speaker in the wall. Specifically, was it this music? Ahem, sorry, just had to do that. The pipe sound from the stage to the backstage through the speakers. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? Oh, you don't listen to the Gaviniers with your ears? You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked into the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime.
Maybe you could hear the music playing.
Then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the crime scene and started my investigation. That's a bit of a leap. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen. We know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent.
Oh,
But the air vent was too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child? Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And of all people involved with the concert, the only one small enough to be considered a child,
but that rabbit?
the pixie of the arpeggio, flitted up towards the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. Oh, there was no other way out of the room. You were there, you should know it for it. And there is another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that had been recently opened. What? And something else was found quite clearly. The defendant, Master Tobias' fingerprints. What? What? Oh, the air vent is the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Vele for it? What fairy tale does this suggest to you? We don't actually have any definitive evidence that points him to holding the gun, though. Only one could pass through the vent, that doorway to heaven. And that is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out there whipping it up in the audience. So this is his decisive evidence.
Quite decisive indeed.
Not at all, actually.
I believe that's enough of that. The prosecutor had rather convincing case. The only way to bring down the crime scene was botched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly be deceived. Simple but decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. If I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit.
I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witness. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. This can't be over already.
Very well, I believe this trial is finished. If the bench has no contradicting evidence.
The prosecution has presented our proof, clear and plain. Excuse me. The only thing I would have is the gun itself. Because the actual murder weapon is way too big for the child! Either that or the child being blind. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain.
Apollo, they've gotten us on the ropes already. Oh, we better come up with something quick.
I know. Think, what can I use to get us out of this? We need evidence, or a witness that can prove Machi's innocence beyond a doubt. Without that...
Mr. Prospect, do you have a contradicting proof that could overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you better tell us about it now.
This is it. And so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants a contradicting proof. Okay. The weapon itself has no fingerprints on it, but it's also far too big to actually be used by a blind child appropriately. I'm gonna save right here. Because I think... The defense is prepared to show a contradicting evidence. Oh, this should be interesting. What sort of evidence?
Yes, what sort of evidence, Mr. Justice? Show us the evidence contradicting prosecution claims.
The gun? This evidence is more than contradicted. It flips it, the whole case on its head. Well, thank you for presenting evidence as both clear and plain, as requested.
Yes, clearly and plainly wrong.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm afraid the only thing flipped on its head here was you as trial, Mr. Justice.
That's so mean! Okay. I'm going to say that the witness is the blind child. Prosecutor Gavin, you claimed that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely, I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, Atre Queen, my love.
Ah, here he goes again.
That's too bad, because there was a witness.
Oh, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge of that the prosecution clearly did not?
Because I'm the only one in the world who knows this. What's going on? Just talk to him and now... He's alive. This is the truth. Can you hear me?
Cold, so cold. Witness.
You're cold. Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. Help's on the way.
Can't see.
Hang in there, Miss Latruse. Tell me, who is the witness?
Witnesses. Siren. Bob, the victim said this before he died.
Oh, perhaps he did and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is that whatever it says he said. It is no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. Oh, it is my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly, this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job.
That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Oh, perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. Ugh, there's no backing down now.
Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice.
She's 40? Damn.
Not be wrong.
Recall what Mr. Truth's last words were.
Witness is Siren. The Siren, behind we went the Siren.
That's right, the siren of the ballad. Let me know.
What the fuck? Hello! Hello, Butterscotch Man. Welcome! How are you? Thank you for giving me a heart attack. Welcome! How are you? What were you doing this fine day? I'm in a legal battle trying to convict a wizard. Still not the weirdest thing we've ever done in Ace Attorney, but hey. Welcome! How goes the buttering? Do you have any low-fat options? Trying to cut back on the butter. But yes, welcome. What were you doing? What were you playing? How was what you doing? And I'm good. Just playing the Spirit of Justice Ace Attorney 6 in the morning. How's Apollo Justice? It's very good. Like, unironically, I have missed this writing so much. It feels so good to get Shu Takumi's writing staff back on this. Like, after Ghost Trick and Great Ace Attorney, I was so fucking frazzled that I would never get this level of writing ever again. But oh my god, the fact that I am able to look at, like, case 1. I don't look at that on these websites. I prefer boobs, maybe butts. But yeah, so I am just seeing the excellent fucking, like, actual case directing and writing. Oh, it just fills me with so much appreciation for how well this game is written. Like, Capcom is sleeping on Shu Takumi and his team. I don't know where the fuck they put him, but they need to drag him out and be like, yo, make more. Make more Ace Attorney. It's good. Make the video game. And I want more of his writing. Either that or Ghost Trick 2. I don't know how well Ghost Trick Remake sold. I don't know if the Capcom test passed on Ghost Trick Remake, but make Ace Attorney 7 or Ghost Trick 2. Very specifically, I'm gonna try and avoid the monkey's paw situation here. I want Shu Takumi and his staff to make another game that he is happy with. It doesn't have to be Ace Attorney 7, doesn't have to be Ghost Trick 2. Just give me more of this writing, man. I need it. I need it in my bones and my brains. Because, dear God, there's just something he do. There's just something that man do, and it's like, good shit! But anyway, let's get back into it. La Miroir was only on stage for the second set, and she had access to the backstage area. She should have been a witness.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
My claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime.
Very well. Let's hear from the horse's mouth, shall we? We will now take a break from this member Sky's cross-examination. Please show La Miroir to the witness stand.
La Miroir would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag the story out of her no matter what it is. It is so weird that Gavin is... Like, it feels weird to have Gavin be darker skinned than La Miroir. But then again, maybe, like, she looks vaguely Middle Eastern in like, clothing? But maybe I'm just not worldly enough to appreciate what the fuck is going on there. So, I defer to my own dumbassery. It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind.
Bob, you can speak English.
Yes, I can. Though I'm not very good. There's much I do not know.
You speak so well. Have you spent time here before?
Actually, I don't.
Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language. Nor where I studied it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I chose not to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? La Miroir suffers from amnesia. What? Come again?
Lamirar is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage.
Wow, she's even more mysterious than I thought.
As a loaded singer, Lamirar, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet I did not wish to subject her to any unnecessary stress.
Maybe. I care surprisingly little about people's past.
What do you mean by that? Judge, what do you mean by that?
We have nothing to fear with Miss Collaborator.
Thank you. Yet there is something.
I've given her the same fucking accent as what's his fuck.
There's something I do not understand. I'm being called as a witness. What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened.
Oh, Lamirar, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here and testify. Yet that young gentleman with the white forehead over there was adamant that you stand.
Oh my.
Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy.
Oh.
Well, we are here. Please give your testimony. With nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome.
Oh.
Tell us what you saw of the night of the crime.
As for what I saw nothing. The night I was invited to sing on the stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second act. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told of the details.
I must say, you sound wonderful, just testify.
Calm, Judge. Calm. I hope he wasn't too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. Oh, there you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has sense to admit defeat. And refrain from detaining her for longer than need be.
Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go.
Ugh.
Very well, Mr. Justice, keep it short and sweet.
Lamirar wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. What do we have? What I saw. But you must have seen something. Mr. Latouche named you.
Mr. Latu, how can I tell you what I don't know?
Lamirar, he said you were a witness with his dying words.
I don't know what he meant to say, but that night...
It was a great concert.
You heard me sing. Thank you.
I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually.
Of course.
Mr. Justice, this is the cross-examination. You are out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. What am I gathering with, guys?
Oh, Herr Judge.
But what this?
It is my autograph. Now keep this trial moving.
But what? But oh my grandchild will be so happy.
Apparently his grandson's a big fan. Well, let us continue, shall we? If you would, Lamiro. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing?
I was cleaning up on stage. There were many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing.
And was Machi with you at the time?
Unfortunately, I don't know where he was.
You don't know where a blind child was? So much for the alibi for Machi. With Machi, correct? How was he then?
He seemed as he always does. Though, I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latus's death. Yet, he was not the type to show much emotion.
Oh, he was given the police no end of headaches. He answered most questions with silence, and then those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning has not gone very far.
We sat there, waiting.
How was the incident explained to you?
I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latus has died.
Of course, investigation requires some security.
But Mr. Latus was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern.
Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you.
Yes, I understand.
Think, what doesn't ring true about her testimony?
It's hard to imagine Lamira not lying.
She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? That one bothers me. Oh! The brooch! Well, we know that one ain't the fucking... I'm sorry, Laminar, but I'm having trouble believing in you. You remember this brooch, do you not?
Oh, why that's Lamira's. She was wearing it for her son.
Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Lamirar, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night.
Is one side, is that a one-way viewable piece of fabric?
What is the meaning of this? Lamirar, please explain.
Lamirar?
No, she says English is quite difficult.
The trick's not gonna work here.
Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one of the important facts.
What now?
In fact, that's the time of the incident. I went backstage, but only for a moment.
What?
Think back to the moment of the crime. You know of where I speak.
Is she really saying all that?
What's she talking about, Apollo?
Right when the incident occurred. Ah! Is she talking about that?
What's this room for me? I have to call for backup.
Right, understood. You'll make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Truce, can you hear me? Yeah, we've already gone through this multiple times. Except I knew that fucking brooch was there before the murder. Who's there?
What's wrong?
Emma, did you see anyone just now?
Huh? No.
I could have sworn I heard the door close.
I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you.
Oh, so this is when you dropped your brooch. Then that explains that?
It does. There's no other time I could have dropped it.
But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch?
A forehead. Well, she has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence.
So we looked at the crime scene.
Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice.
Oh, her forehead shouting who's there, no doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ugh.
I closed the door immediately.
Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return me our testimony.
That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Let me roar. You did look into the room, though, right?
Yes?
Testify to what you saw.
Very well. That was only for the briefest of glimpses.
Ooh, we detected a lie. What'd you see in that brief glimpse?
I'd only opened the door for the door slightest when I heard that horrible voice.
But you shut the door.
I've always wondered, therefore. Does that voice of yours lack a volume knob? It's my quartz of steel, man. Just back off. A wall? Was there a wall there?
Is that in English?
A division or partition, I believe. It was a large dressing room divided into two halves. And the murder took place in the inside half. I guess that partition might have hidden the body. With Machi, correct? How was he then? Okay, hold on. Let me... Oof. Ooh. She's doing something funky. That shit. Alright, let's see if we can find something for you. Oh! Gotcha! The late Mr. Latrose's body, you say?
Yes?
You know something more about Mr. Latrose's death than you're saying.
What?
I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes.
It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latrose have to be shot?
One moment, Lamirar.
Yes?
What was it that you just said? Why did Mr. Latrose have to be shot?
Yes?
She was hiding something, I knew it. Lamirar, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony.
Huh? How could that be?
Take this. Lamirar contradicted your own testimony. I have the evidence to prove it. The diagram?
If I do not misunderstand the meaning of contradiction, it is you who has contradict Mr. Justice.
Huh?
Your evidence is meaningless.
Ah, wrong evidence. Ahem. Excuse me. Oh, fuck, I'm all the way back here. Whoopsies.
Gotcha!
Show attorney badge. I'm not showing the attorney badge. She's already seen it. Yep. We're just gonna drop a quick safety save right here. Yep.
Take that!
Fuck. Shit. Shit in the shingle. Like, I think... Like, how would she know he was shot is the big one. And I have the evidence to prove it.
Take that!
Okay. I just... yep. The gun?
Take that!
I'm fucking... I'm a dumbass. I may be a dumbass. Because I've done all three of these. It's not that. I don't see how the brooch could do it. The brooch? I am so fucking lost, dog. Like, she couldn't have seen it, but she would have had... Okay, so the thing was dropped there, so she could have seen the body, but... Why did Miss Lestros have to be shot?
Like, the only things I haven't tried are the fucking keys, the mixing board, the postcard, the investigation.
Take that!
Okay, yeah, Tell me, Lamirar. How did you know he had been shot? Well, I... Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, "No one told me anything about the incident." Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Miss Lotreuse had been shot. How could you have known? York!
Blah, blah, blah. You are hiding something from the court, I hope.
That sweet song of hers is sounding a little too sweet. Now I remember. Please allow me to add to my testimony.
Oh, of course. All we want to know is the truth.
She looks kinda pale, huh? She saw something, I know of it. Even the victim said so. Wow, this one testimony is getting real long. Only a glimpse, yet you knew there were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. I've seen enough bullet holes before, you know.
Oh, you have traveled so well to be a singer. Oh, you must have swung into places far more dangerous in our country.
I go where my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. Oh, that's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Lamirar some days.
Oh, I plan on my next recording album overseas. Oh, the studios have different sound, you know.
Maybe I should go on a Chords of Steel tour too. I don't think you did. Mostly because of the diagram. Let me see. Yes, because the door opens that way.
Objection!
You could not have seen it. Lamirar, they call you the Siren of the Ballad, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature.
I put that worthy of a prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo.
Oh, stop polishing your forehead and stop polishing your character, yeah?
Come on, can't I be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Lamirar, you looked in from the door for a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, right? But they were on a wall. The door is on. They were on the wall the door is on. You see, assuming you were merely glancing into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes.
Lamirar,
Yes?
I'm afraid that friends have made a good point. It appears you have been holding back something.
And I must tell you? I must tell you what it is that I saw?
Yes. Perhaps you have mistrial of being recorded, as my first will be on the news and on video. We understand your reputation is at stake. They fall for you to avoid punishing it.
Oh, personally speaking, it is hard to believe that cross-examining her now will yield us absolutely nothing.
But she knew how Miss Latruce died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lamirar.
Very well. Lamirar, please continue your testimony.
Very well, I shall. Alright, testimony 2! I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a window there. That's how I saw. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was.
So you did witness the crime, but the killer was a grown person, you say?
This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. A nice player for it.
Very well, Mr. Suspect, we may begin with your cross-examination.
Oh, great going, Apollo. You're right about Lamiro. What's wrong? You don't look too happy.
This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. It does smell fishy. What I saw too!
Hold it!
So you were heading towards the dressing room.
Yes.
So this is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. But at the same time, Emma and I heard the gunshots.
I was on my way back.
Hold it!
What exactly is something like a little window?
Yes, well, a window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes?
Oh, you need not worry, Lamiro. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail?
That little window in the wall.
I saw the crime from there. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
Hold it!
You were certain you heard 2 shots fired.
Yes, quite certain. I was on my way to the backstage exit. This is when I heard a faint sound, like a gunshot. Wondering what had been done, I peered through the window. That's when I heard the second gunshot, much closer.
And there were 2 bullet holes at the scene. No contradictions so far.
It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do.
Hold it!
It wasn't Machi who shot, are you sure?
Yes, quite certain.
Oh, it amuses me this much that you would question a testimony. It is testimony in your favor. Isn't it my job to object?
Yeah, Apollo, what are you thinking?
Trucy, let's just listen to what Lamiro has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure?
Yes, of course. You see,
Hold it!
A grown person. It's a little vague.
I'm sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Very friendly can we see whether the shooter was male or female?
It was a man, a young man.
Are you sure, man?
Yes, his voice was quite clear.
Voice.
Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. But it does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter.
As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man.
Oh, so you heard the voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Letrus?
Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I would not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latrus who spoke, I would have known.
Maybe. So you're at the window and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man.
Apollo, this is a good testimony. It proves that wasn't Machi.
Maybe. If it turns out to be true, we would cast the case with a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion on this testimony?
Let's trust Apollo's gut. Though it pains me to say this. There's something about Lamiro's testimony that rings false.
Bravo, Avoid! You're colder than I thought.
I'm sure to remember what the problem is, as well as... I'm sure you remember what the problem is, as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through the air vent. He couldn't have fled the crime scene.
But that means Lamiro has to be lying.
I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this.
Believe me, the idea was tempting.
It is as if it says. Yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony.
What's next? What's he talking about?
Lamiro, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become of such a creature.
What does the prosecution mean?
Apollo, what's he talking about?
How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that?
I've recalled the state of the crime scene quite well.
The state of the room?
Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it.
But I'm sure.
Lamiro,
Him.
I have nothing but the highest regards for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser.
But she's the only eyewitness we have.
Oh, so you say. But the victim named the siren as the witness?
That's right. That's what Mr. Latrus.
We have heard your claim, we have entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. Hey, Judge,
Yes?
the prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please.
I love the little smile on the please. That was adorable.
By my brain, I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question upon the witness's credibility.
But if Lamiro can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence.
The cross-examination is now over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case.
Danke. Now, Beverly? Ah, yes, I would like to hear from the Fräulein detective again.
Wait. Let me hear Lamiro's testimony one last time.
But the cross-examination is already over. But till such a time as needed advised, this witness may leave the stand.
I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance.
At last, back to the real trial. Ready here for it?
Ugh. Hope I didn't just mess up my only chance.
Fräulein detective, how far had we gotten until we were rudely interrupted?
Don't ask me.
I dislike saying the same thing twice. And I never repeat a song for an encore.
But we were Miss Guy.
I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latrus's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling.
Why, yes, there was only one door in the room. And the witness, you were standing in front of it.
The air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits people who could possibly get through.
I certainly would have had a difficult time.
I'm sure you would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area is off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant.
A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself.
He does paint a clear case. Though reading the report, something has caught my eye.
Oh, what's that?
The circumstances of the defendant's arrest.
The circumstances, again?
Oh yeah, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Matty? That was bizarre.
She's right. Why did Mr. Latrus's body disappear from the room and end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less.
A perceptive observation here, Judge.
Thank you. I was kind of an accident, really. But your work of this job is long enough. You get a vote for these things.
The judge just seems pleased with himself.
Oh, very good, Fräulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us then. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer?
How could a fucking child move the hulking corpse?
I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamiro's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim.
Is that...
And Motti practically left his signature at the scene. All evidence clearly points to the defendant.
Except it doesn't, because how could he lift the corpse? Lamiror's song? Oh yes, the guitar serenade. You noticed his code too, did you not? It's code. All evidence that day followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys, my art, were held so tightly were stolen. Then prosecutor Gavin Guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latrouse's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar up together in the sky.
That's bad. It's like a story of some fairy tale.
I'll admit, I'd forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were.
Hey, you know, I also only first noticed that.
I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting 2 songs. But killing!
It's a wild world out there, Judge.
Very well. We've heard one song in there, so let's get on to the next. The cross-examination.
I'm not sure I'm gonna be doing much singing. Ah, come on, you got Chords of Steel, you can do it. Oh, I love the music for these things. Who would steal a body just to match some lyrics?
Oh, I don't believe myself, but I can't just be coincidence.
It is as the Fräulein Detective says. Let us begin with the first verse, if you would, the Fräulein Detective.
What? You want me to sing it?
You are the witness jar, or do you want me to sing? I warn you, my fee as a vocalist is not trivial.
Fine, fine. Ahem. Let's look at the first part of the lyrics, shall we?
Indeed, my favorite art kept giving was stolen that morning.
Next, we go right... Next, we go right to the page of the lyric sheet, where we find, burning on my heart, fire burn my love away, all away. As we know, the prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Mr. Latrouse's life was taken by a bullet.
Bravo, Fräulein Detective, your singing was not too bad. Now for the finale.
Guitar
Up together in the sky. As it says in the lyrics, Mr. Latrouse was found with the guitar high in the sky over the stage. No series of coincidences could all be so well conceived.
He's right, scientifically speaking.
What would Walkie have said? That concert was whack. Thank you, Walkie. Glad to have you back.
It's hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that.
Anyway, the shooter. Does the prosecution have any idea as to why he'd do this or how?
You want my scientific opinion?
No clue.
But he clearly had a reason to go through with all that trouble, for some reason.
A deep reason? Not only did he steal my keys, he touched my guitar. Unforgivable acts, even if he had a reason. And worse if he had none.
The Jeeves complaints aside, I can't imagine someone doing this on just a whim.
Fräulein Detective, I take offense to that.
Maybe it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say.
Yes, the crime was planned for sure.
He's a blind child! But Mr. Latrouse spoke English. He may have come to this country before.
I looked into that, I assure you. No. It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently, he learned English on his own.
Great! Oh, you see? No one here had the motive to kill him, and certainly not with such an elaborate fashion.
But that'd be difficult to imagine.
Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt.
What did you say?
Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song?
You're all idiots.
Of course not, and I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need promotion? Everyone already listens to my music.
They're even in the textbook at my school.
And I've never heard of them. What does that say about me? I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. I ship them.
Hold it!
What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. The bullet holes? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall.
But that means what exactly?
The dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim there. They can't have made it more than 5 feet apart. It would have been difficult, almost impossible, to miss at that range.
Difficult to miss, you say?
Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. No, you can't be serious.
Marty, he can't see. That's why I missed.
That's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly.
Oh, that reminds me, the monitor room in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound.
A blind shooter. Someone really missed.
I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think justice, what do I do now? Raised objection. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see.
Oh, how so?
Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim.
That's really possible.
And it might have been the revolver's fault.
The revolver?
The revolver is a very large, heavy caliber, correct?
The shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon. Why, it could dislocate their shoulder.
Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobai, as you can see, tiny. So it's not hard picturing him firing a gun entirely and missing entirely. The kickback alone would have thrown off his aim.
A convincing argument, to be sure.
Take that, smug prosecutor. Apollo, you fucking idiot!
Apollo,
Huh? What?
that bit about Marty being tiny and the gun thrown off his aim. Aren't you kind of admitting that he did it?
Oh.
Oh, it does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Ah!
Christ, I really put my foot in it this time.
But let's get the facts of the matter on the record. If you would, Fräulein Detective.
Very well, we'll add this to a testimony.
Right.
Hold it!
Let's hold that. You can't say he was blinded because of those bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof, per se. Huh?
Oh, you've merely raised a possibility. Fräulein Detective has made the most logical conjecture based on the evidence. Of course, there is more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent.
But wait, if he was blind, how would he have known about the air vent in the first place?
Ah, a very good point. Well, Fräulein Detective, if you would care to explain?
He certainly seemed sure of himself. Recall the crime scene, if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. As it happens, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Machi Tobai. He would have known that there would be a way out at the top of the stepladder. But that's... Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
Oh, you could have figured it out for yourself. You only needed to consider that what the stepladder was doing there.
Looks like the events of breakfast has been switched by a stepladder.
Valley forward? Out of ammunition, perhaps?
Never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood.
Apollo, don't you have something? Anything? You know what we need? We need something to prove the killer could see. That'll put him in his place.
Proving the shooter was sighted would do it. Now I'd take down one of their central points. Do I have any evidence that proves that, though?
I do! The blood has been smeared. Purposefully.
Fine, I accept the prosecution's challenge.
Oh, I knew you would, therefore.
What exactly am I up against here? The prosecution is saying the shooter missed because they couldn't see. Therefore, Machi, who's blind, did it.
The principal people that bear evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see.
This is that evidence!
A photograph of the crime scene.
I don't care much for the smirk on the prosecutor Gavin's face. But there's no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There's something in there that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point.
Oh, then then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah?
Very well, show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction on this scene of the crime.
The contradiction is right here. The smear bloodstains?
My crime was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. The victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I've seen many times in this courtroom.
It's almost as if he wrote something.
Aha! I get it. At least I think I get it.
Oh, get what, Fräulein?
When Mr. Latrice was shot, he tried to write something. And then... what will he write but the shooter's name? And what will he write in that with his own blood? Pretty good, huh?
Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here.
My blood seems to be a distinct possibility.
The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion.
Trat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that.
Of course it's rubbed out by if I were a killer. I certainly would not by leaving my own name behind.
Neither would I.
No one has anything else to say?
About what?
About the So the prosecution accepts this. You agree that the victim was making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? What? Mr. Latrice was writing something in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait.
But we saw what it was.
But what did you testify about the shooter?
I said they were blind.
Oh! Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in the blood otherwise? May I remind court that the defendant, Machi Tobai, is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter.
Possible!
Border. Prosecutor Gavin, please explain what this all means. By me looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could be. Yet up until now,
It seems I owe the court an apology. The governors are banned with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not fired in entirely a timely manner.
I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here.
Hey, Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling over there? Like, he knows something we don't. And he's about to tell us.
I've got an idea. Let's rock. With these documents, but before that, I have a question for the Fräulein Detective, if I may.
What?
Tell me, why do you think that Machito Bai is blind?
Huh?
What did you say?
What are you saying? Of course he's blind.
Of course.
He's the blind penis, right? So he's... Doesn't La Mirror lead him around by the hand all the time?
No way.
I have a report here on the defendant, Machito Bai. According to this, Machito Bai can see perfectly well.
What?
His blindness was merely a public ploy for those clever Borginians. He can see quite well.
But you said...
What did I say exactly? I have foiled not once in the course of this trial. Have I ever claimed the defendant was blind? Only that who did was the Fräulein Detective.
But that's...
A significant fact, yes. Consider Machito Bai sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the event. I see no problem with this.
But what about the bullet holes in the wall?
Yes, the bullet holes. I believe our forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off to brighter skies. Oh, this is where the real fun begins, there, forehead. Yarg!
Lovely.
I knew you didn't have what it took.
You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief?
Yeah, apologise.
Oh, sorry.
That's no way to apologise.
He's angered the Trucy now, look out.
Now.
Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with something clear to solve this case if it kills me.
But your testimony probably given us to convict the defendant.
Oh, don't say that.
Aha, what?
This blood stain. The criminal tries to wipe it off, right?
That seems to be what happened, yes.
We might be able to find out what exactly was written there.
Really? You can do that?
That's right, with this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood.
Ah, yes, have we done those tests yet?
Ha! As if I'm going to tell you.
Oh, the bloodstains covered a section of carpet. In order to perform blood tests, the section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now?
Right, go for it, Apollo.
Uh-huh, I have to do the test.
Oh, you just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple.
A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere.
Yes, I believe it is called Bob. How about it?
Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press space to spray the area. Yeah, give it a try.
Guys have an entire quarter focused on me.
Apollo, your hand's shaking.
Let's do it.
What the fuck am I even looking at?
Wow, it really works.
IPYX3 4 what? Or is it 90?
What am I looking at? Wow, it really works.
This must be the power of science.
It says IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name?
Maybe if the killer was a robot.
I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters IPXX look familiar. This is an Interpol ID number.
Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency?
Yes, most are undercover agents working for to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latros even know a number like that? Good job, Royline Detective. Rock on.
Eh?
Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Hey, man. Darian, you heard of what we need? Go, check the Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give it 30 minutes. Nah, 27.
By my well, what think about this? Prosecutor's page is quite very tight on both things. Yet this number really is that of an Interpol agent.
Oh, wait, I know. What if Machito Bai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility.
A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as a killer for certain.
Why would Mr. Latros know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machito Bai. What are you talking about? Fräulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received words that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until the last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly! It makes little sense. Why do you think, Airvoid? Huh? Me? Machito Bai pretended he was blind? Do you know why? How could he know?
Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he?
He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? I know the moment I heard the report. I knew why.
I suppose people have sold over 1 million records or maybe or something else.
What does that have to do with anything? Oh, there was a reason why Machito Bai pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself?
Well, Mr. Doctor, can you present evidence that shows a blind when the defendant had feigned blindness?
Oh, their fucking Gavin's fucking logo is on the goddamn keyring. Honestly, I haven't a clue. I have no idea. Alfred, I'm disappointed in you. Unless you're merely feigning stupidity, huh? Keep it up, wise guy. Recalls the relationship of La Mirror and Machito Bai. In particular, their agreement over the years before visiting our country.
La Mirror and her pianist.
They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk him all the way with him there.
That is right, because he was blind. Or so we thought. She led him at all times, all times.
Bob time.
Yet, we know that Machi could see perfectly well. Why keep up the charade?
Well, was that part of their performance?
Oh, there is a simpler explanation there, Jude. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. Which means... Ah, you don't mean... I do. It was the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was La Mirror.
But what is this? So you mean to say that Blobby Rob is, please?
Blind as a bat there, Judge. What? What?
More. This crazy prosecutor Gavin.
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something?
Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lemira herself? I believe she's still in the witness waiting room.
Paula, what does this mean for our case?
Don't ask me, I have no idea she can see. I ain't even imagined it until now. Wait, this might actually be a good thing for our case.
La Mirror? It pains me deeply to call you before us yet again in this way. Yet I must.
Please, do not concern yourself on my behalf.
Those eyes. She really can't see, really?
It is true.
How funny is it that a tiny lie in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world?
Oh, you are.
Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became La Minora. Know too that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for La Minora.
My thing.
You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial, Airfoid. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no decent witness. Ah. Now, Vladimir, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes?
Of course. It was never my intent to deceive you all. May I begin now, Your Honor?
But yes, of course. But I admit I am a little lost here.
I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor.
All right. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with a PR line before he knew this. So, as silly as it sounds, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others.
But this is murder trial.
I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would.
Oh, she told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing.
Very well, there's a better way to that.
I'd like to cross-examine.
But what's left there to ask?
There's one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Oh, perhaps we best get this out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself.
Very well, then let me proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions being too stressful for the witness.
Okay. There's only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Perhaps your music reminded him of the Borginian scenery?
No, it was quite the opposite.
The opposite?
According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality.
Global?
Multicultural, if you will. hard to pin on one region. When people listen to it, they picture the country closest in their hearts, which is why my music has reached so many. Oh, what a lovely story.
It sounds like this producer must have known what he was doing after all.
My songs are nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painters are the listeners. When I think of that, I do not mind if I am representing the world as much. Yet, one thing quickly led to another.
Hold it!
When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latros?
Of course, he was my manager.
So he knew. That's what's been bugging me.
Something the matter, Mr. Breakfast?
I believe you know what is bothering I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes?
He's right. Is he right, Apollo?
Yes, I was. How many times do we see the scene? Can't see. Witness can't see. Miss Latress told me to ask the witness and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind.
I don't know.
What did I just say? You need to learn to sing for yourself. Meaning what? There's no mystery if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more.
But with this female, I've read it many times, along with little play acting in our defense.
I remember them well, but the statement is not what I revere. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Ah! Oh, that's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness.
My fee!
Too bad the defense did not. Well, avoid. Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time.
Barbara!
Recall Lamiro's earlier testimony.
I was on my way from stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it.
But we could have heard those gunshots. We thought we proved that.
That is not the most important part here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latros witnessed us through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness?
But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice.
Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We've already run a simulation, of course.
But it was so clear. If I heard a voice again, I would know who it was in an instant.
Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Bailiff? Can't you see we're me here?
We have results back from the investigation.
We investigation?
The Interpol numbers that Mr. Latros left us.
Well, but wait a minute. We will not continue this. We will continue this cross-examination afterwards. Detective Crispin, your report, please.
Ask the Interpol about the number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. No, quick work as always, Darren.
Well, tell us about the number. Is it the British secret agent?
RPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latruce. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latruce himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So, when he wrote those numbers, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe him away.
Mr. Latruce is an undercover Interpol agent. So, him being Lamiro's manager?
Was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. A veil-out visit. It concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently, it belonged to Roman Latrouse. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. And the registration number on the revolver matched.
So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard for him to imagine. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver.
So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how this ties to everything.
It's got to tie in somehow, you think?
Yeah, somehow.
Thanks for looking at that for us, Detective Crawford. It's a great help.
No problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. That's the voice she heard, isn't it?
Wait,
Bob, there's something the matter.
that voice just now.
Darius?
Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it.
But, Wim,
You aren't saying.
The voice I heard talking to Mr. Latrouse when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian.
Oh, is this got some kind of joke? What? No way.
What the fuck is happening? The courtroom fell in such chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I've never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day you get an accusation like that one. Lamuror, fingering Diane Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lamuror heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure if I could keep up with it.
Hey, no wimping out now, Paolo.
Whoo! Okay. Oh, thank goodness there are no deeper, raspy voices here, dear God. Investigation day 2. Oh. Well, alright. I guess we're going back in. July 9th through 12 p.m. Right Anything Agency.
Hey, Apollo.
What?
Well, you know, actually nothing. I mean, something, maybe not.
Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer.
Well, you know, the trial today, I was thinking, if you give it a score, what score would you give it?
Score. G. I guess it'd be, maybe roll. Bah, I'm just as bad at this as you.
See, it's so vague.
Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. I'll say a report about the number. I'm sure you'll find other answers intriguing. Agent registered on this number was Roman Latrouse. And the victim, Mr. Latrouse, who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent. What a mess. We don't have any idea what he was investigating.
Well, true, but we know who shot him now. I told the whole court.
I don't know if it's him, because we still have the fucking wizard! Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latrouse when I heard gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Diane.
It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries.
I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? Wouldn't mind asking his opinion.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around.
What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will?
I wouldn't say that, but he's been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said.
Top secret.
Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. You gotta get me to help. We'll be fine.
Fine. Right. Well, time's a-wasting, as they say. Let's investigate.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Alright, let's see if we can actually get anything out of the detention center. I doubt we will, but... July 9th, detention center visitors room! Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect.
But I don't have any decisive evidence.
Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten in and out of that room.
Right, the event.
And he lied.
Lied?
Machi Tobai can see.
Machi.
Speak of the devil.
He looks like he's doing okay.
I forgot, why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything.
Words are overrated. Feelings are what matters, Apollo.
It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest.
If you need something to complain to, I'll listen.
I think she's actually worried for me.
So, what'd you think of the trial today? Whew. I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, would have been scared out of his mind by that child.
Hey! All's well that ends well. It hasn't ended yet. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we win.
Now, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets things better than you do.
Huh? What?
I'm glad Lamira testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect.
Dyron of the Gavaniers, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey.
What is it, Apollo?
No, it's nothing. Must be imagining it.
Imagining what, Apollo?
It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know, Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right?
How could he? He's a young Borginian. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him.
Huh? Maybe it's malfunctioning. Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Is that bad?
Machi lied about not being able to see, but what if that's not all he lied about?
If he cares about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him.
I think it'll take something big to get him some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi.
So, Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see and Lamira can. Her word's gone all topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo. I don't think we're going to get any information out of Machi. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. I think he said,
I'm sorry, I cannot speak your language. You're very beautiful, fair maiden.
this is why I never trust a translator. Okay. So we need something to prove that Machi can talk, huh? That's the goal for today? Oh my! Why are there people here? July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum!
What a great day. It's perfect weather for everything.
The weather matters for an investigation?
Don't you some days just feel like magic, or these days are defense days?
Sure, let's get started, shall we?
Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo.
What stuff?
Your voice training is the perfect place for it.
I didn't have it at home, thanks.
Aw, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage.
I'm happy in a courtroom, thank you. I am a lawyer.
Then you're in luck. Because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue open sky and shout objection?
Look, well, there's nothing to do with lawyers. Let's just get going already. Interesting. July 9th, backstage hallway. What are you doing here?
Mr. Attorney.
Let me wrong. I'm sorry about today.
There's nothing you need to apologize for. You're merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean. Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make me being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of seeing, you knew who we were just before we spotted you just now. And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh! You must have great ears.
Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday, but how? Let's clear up these talking points, and then I'm gonna probably have to call it. My voice is getting a little raspy. That was quite the statement you made in court. About hearing Diane Crescent's voice at the scene of the crime.
I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice.
Blah, 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 blah.
That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it.
No way.
As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That's when I heard his voice.
I'm guessing Diane and Mr. Latresse were talking about something?
The next moment I heard those gunshots.
Why didn't you call security?
To be honest, I thought the noise was quite frightening. I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself.
Yeah.
I left the scene at once.
So, it really was Darian's voice that she heard?
Yeah. At least, she certainly thinks it was.
I met Machi before my debut as Lamiro. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia.
And he was playing the piano?
Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned that I could not see.
And that's when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see?
No, it wasn't then. It began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound.
Oh, it must have been tough for Machi. Pretending he couldn't see. And all while acting with you as your eyes.
We held hands always. He would write with his finger on my palm to signal to me things I should know. He's a smart, gentle boy.
I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul.
About Mr. Latresse. Ah, yes, he was an Interpol agent, I hear.
So you had no idea?
Of course not. No one did.
I guess that's what it means to be undercover.
But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was.
Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand.
You have no idea?
I can only assume that he was investigating me. But why?
What makes you think that?
Perhaps it's not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my presence is veiled in darkness, so, too, is my, past clouded from memory.
Clouded. Right.
The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. It's real darkness that lies in my heart.
In your heart?
I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiro. I woke from darkness into darkness, as you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days.
What was it that she said about not being able to remember the light?
I do not know my own past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamiro is lost to me.
But I don't think you...
I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me?
Do you think your past might be related to this case?
No way. That seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamiro.
I thank you, Machi too tells me this often. I fear who I might have been.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. But yes, I can feel my voice starting to go.
Just in the back of my throat.
So, for now, maybe I need to do chords of steel exercises.
After all, who knows what the fuck will happen? But it's gonna get a bit of a stretch. Well, that was certainly a hell of a time. I have never felt as far on the back foot in one of these cases than I have right there. That was crazy. Almost felt like we were just scraping by a win. So, goddamn, I am very happy with that, actually. I quite enjoyed that. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed that. We had a great time here today. I will be back on Monday. I have some shit to do tomorrow, so there's not going to be any sort of hangout in the Discord. And yeah, I think with that, I'm going to just call it for today. Let's see who's on. Can we throw you at anyone? Oh, we can throw you at Charlie. Can we throw both sides over at Charlie? Let's see. Keep forgetting how to raid in YouTube. Yep, I can. Sweet. Alright, so, with that being said, thank you all so much for coming by, everybody. I will see y'all later. Go say, oh, that is not. That is a very invalid username. Whoopsies? Yeah, thanks for coming by, John. Hope you enjoyed. Anyway, everybody on the YouTube and Twitch side of things, go come on by, go enjoy your time over with Charlie. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.